Whatever you do, make sure you visit AshKickin.com for your home fragrance, health, and beauty needs. Quality products at a great price.
Hi, you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation. Woo! Hey.
Yeah. Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So the other day I did a video talking about Lomachenko volunteering to help Conor McGregor prepare for a Floyd Mayweather fight. I talked about how I thought that was pretty almost odd or interesting, because when James Toney decided to go to the UFC and fight Randy Couture, no one in the UFC was willing to help James Toney beat an MMA fighter. No one was, because of the boxing UFC rivalry, obviously. So that's why I thought it was kind of interesting that Vasyl Lomachenko, he was willing to help Conor McGregor beat a boxer. So he said that the other day. And then later, after he said that, then he said that he believed Gennady Golovkin is still pound for pound the #1 best fighter in the world, despite getting a decision that is considered controversial. Now, you know, on this channel, I'm always praising Lomachenko. In fact, I believe that Lomachenko ranks higher on the pound for pound list than Gennady Golovkin does. But just hearing him talking about helping Conor McGregor beat Floyd Mayweather, because he says he really likes Conor McGregor, and then he says Golovkin is still pound for pound #1, Lomachenko is starting to sound a little suspect right now. And I'm gonna leave it at that. He's starting to sound a little suspect right now. That makes no sense to me that Golovkin, I don't even believe Golovkin is in the top 5 right now. I believe Golovkin, it could arguably be said that Golovkin is somewhere around the bottom 10. You could put him somewhere around between 8 and 10 is where I will put Gennady Golovkin. Now, and of course, I understand the fact that they're going to be close. I mean, both Lomachenko and Golovkin are from the former Soviet Union, so I can understand that alliance that they have. I mean, but at the same time, me and Terrence Crawford, we're from the same country, and I wouldn't tell you guys that Terrence Crawford is pound for pound #1, the best fighter in the world. I mean, he's somewhere in the top 10, but I wouldn't say he was #1 just because we come from the same country, okay? Now, speaking of Terrence Crawford, Vasyl Lomachenko, he said that Golovkin was #1. He said Sergey Kovalev was #2, and he actually had Terrence Crawford as #3. I just don't agree with him having Golovkin at #1. I don't believe that at all. Andre Ward is #1, the best fighter in the world, pound for pound, and it is simply because of resume, domination, and skill set. That is RDS. When it comes to Andre Ward's resume, no one has beaten more pound for pound fighters than Andre Ward. Andre Ward, he beat Carl Froch, he beat Sergey Kovalev, he beat Miguel Kessler, he beat Chad Dawson. What all 4 of those fighters have in common is when Ward beat them, they were all considered top 10 pound for pound best fighters in the world. And the majority of them were considered top 6 pound for pound best fighters in the world. I mean, if you really think about how equivalent that is to what we are watching today, that's like someone saying they beat Golovkin, they beat Terrence Crawford, and they beat Chocolatito, or something like that, right? That's pretty much what Andre Ward did. That's the reason why he's considered #1. And he dominated all but one of those fighters that he beat that was on the pound for pound list. And of course, that's Sergey Kovalev, which we're going to get the rematch for that fight on June 17th. So, you know, once again, Lomachenko is starting to come out and say more and more stuff that's making me tilt my head to the side and look at him kind of funny right now. But, you know, outside of what he's saying, he's still a hell of a fighter. And he still ranks way higher than Golovkin on the pound for pound list, no matter what I think about the stuff that he's saying outside of boxing. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
This is Bobby, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.